Trey Johnson's 4 or 5 goals this quarter.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jacked Ramsays live show. Danny Marang, joined by Blazer Banter, Erik Gundersen for our NBA Draft Lottery special. It's a good time. How you doing, Gutty?
Dude, I'm great. It's a great day. Hopefully Cooper Flagg is a Blazer by the end of the by the end of this broadcast, or podcast, whatever we're calling it. But good to be here, man. Excited, energy, already the energy for next season. It's starting now.
Yeah, it does. I dabbled with my own little spirit, as it were. I'm channeling the throwback. I've got the Drexler on. I was going to go Dame, or excuse me, I was going to go Brandon first because he had obviously the luck with the number 1 overall pick in 2007, and then obviously moving up in 2003. But without Brandon, I think Brandon himself is the juju there. So I was going to go with Dame and give him the opportunity for a little redemption in the lottery, as it were. But I ultimately went with Clyde for his own redemption arc. And we already had Clyde version of getting too many wings and landing Cooper Flagg. So thanks for joining us, man. We're going to go through this. We're going to react to this stuff live. I have a big board and a mock draft that I'm waiting to post until after the lottery. I might make some changes depending on where things change out. But over the next 24 hours, I will release those. I've got my Danny Avdia season review that's just about done. I found some interesting stuff when I was doing some more research, so it got longer.
Nice.
That's what happens when I write. It always gets longer. While you guys are here, like, rate, review, subscribe, help us grow the show. Do what we always do. Gundy was more than happy to hop on and join us, so I appreciate him for doing that. This is one of those things where we did this live a couple years ago for the Scoot Henderson draft, or the Scoot Henderson lottery. And flashing back to that moment, I had a couple of drinks at the location that we were at. And I looked away because somebody said something in the room, and on the monitor in front of me, I didn't notice that Portland popped up 3. So I saw Charlotte, and I thought Charlotte went 2, and then they rolled the Spurs out. And if you go back and watch it, for a split second, you can see the Wemby ghost leave my body as I thought, oh my God, did the Blazers just get the number 1 overall pick? And it was just like, no. I had to go back and whoa, what am I going through? What am I going through here?
My God.
It took my breath away because it was like what that ultimately ended up meaning for the San Antonio Spurs. I thought it meant for the Trailblazers.
I mean, the stakes of that draft too. It was only 2 years ago, but we all want the number 1 pick, obviously, and Cooper. That would be amazing. But I do feel like the stakes on this one, yes, it would be nice to get Cooper, but it's not like the all encompassing, they have to get the number 1 pick, and then if they get the number 1 pick, Dame might stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows if that ends up changing anything actually, but that was what it felt like. It may not have been the reality, but the feeling was dude, if they get Wemby, Dame's back in and we're ready to go, even though he was 18 or whatever. And it's that I think was hanging over that draft.
Well, that's a real thing for anybody who's wondering. From the mouth of the man himself, Dame has told me if they got Wemby, he would have stayed.
Yeah, I mean, it made all the sense in the world. But this draft is exciting, but it doesn't feel as if they don't get the number 1 pick, then this era is screwed, which is kind of what it felt like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and look, if the Blazers don't get Cooper Flagg, yeah, it's a bummer. It hurts. I really had, I definitely hope and believe and all those things. Because here's the thing. As much as I try to remain as objective as I can, selfishly, and this, you know this to be true, Erik, it's better for us when they're good.
Yeah, no, 100%. We all have been taught the objectivity of journalism, but
yeah.
When you get behind the scenes, you realize it's a rising tide raises all boats, and it's Cooper Flagg is that.
He's an economic boon.
Yes,
for
exactly.
everyone.
He's an economic boon to the Portland basketball creator economy,
Yes.
which you and I both are a part of. And so, if we can have a Cooper Flag industrial complex, like let's have it. Let's do it.
100%. And like I've made these jokes. Cooper Flag would probably have the number one selling jersey in the NBA if he goes to Portland.
I mean,
Just because every dad for 500 square miles
well, and I
would
know
buy
it's
that jersey.
I know it's Celtics territory, but I feel like people in Maine would also be jumping on the Portland bandwagon, like
Oh, it's
know.
fellow Portland.
Yeah, exactly. Fellow Portlands, there'd be a sister cities thing happening. Like, yeah, I mean, I think Flag, yeah, I mean, yeah, dads all across this city will, and the state, and Vancouver, everywhere, everywhere where Blazer fans are at, they're for sure buying a Cooper Flag Portland jersey if that's what happens in the next 10 minutes or so.
Looks like they're getting ready to roll in right now. I can't turn the sound up because I'll get hit with a DMCA complaint. I've got the ESPN stream going over here. We can watch. We'll kind of watch along with. If you are ahead in any facet, try to save the comments for those that want to watch it live. If you're not on my live, I'm sorry. That's the one we're gonna go by.
Let's double check where you're at and where I'm at, so I don't want to spoil either. What are they showing on your screen?
I've got the odds right now with the teams, the others.
The others. That's where I'm at as well.
I'm watching on YouTube TV right now. So
that is what I'm on.
It just changed to the stage right now.
Yes, we are both on.
We're synced up.
Let's go. This is amazing. This is exactly what we need. I saw Mark Spears, legend in the game, posted a story about, or he tweeted a story out, and in that tweet he had a little info that I did not know, that the last time a white American player went number one, 1977.
Oh.
What else happened in 1977?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Well, and for those that don't know, obviously there's the Cooper Flag / Donovan Clingan connections. Their moms played together at Maine. I dug deep on this one. I went to so the Blazers were awarded their franchise in February of 1970. So I assume that the Blazers by birth would be an Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
And so the horoscope for today, I should still be on the doc from the radio show today.
Let's go.
Let me pull this up. Look, I did the research here, right?
Dude, we're getting into the numerology. We're getting into the horoscopes. We're doing all
May 12th, 2025 for the Aquarius.
Okay.
Horoscope.com. It's likely that you will succeed at whatever you set out to accomplish today, Aquarius. If you've been held back by worries over the integrity of a relationship or the long-term prospects of a partnership, you can dispel concerns by confronting the person directly. You may find he or she has the same feelings about you. Honesty is important today.
Wow. That seems like it's speaking to us right now. It sees us.
Yeah, the comments right now on the YouTube chat. We are coping so hard right now, and I love it. Look, that's what this is going to be.
Oh, we 100% are. I mean, they have a 3.7% chance. I mean, but we have to.
This is until it's gone. This is what you have to have. Okay, So what you are hoping for is that the first 3 picks are chalk. And I'm gonna pull up the NBA Twitter account real quick to make sure that I have it right in front of me. They had all of the odds and ends.
Okay, wow, here we go. Ernst and Young back at it again. Boys.
That's a good little grift.
Yeah, dude. Well, and also, great little grift to market that you're about trust and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, you want to see Atlanta, Sacramento, Chicago, Dallas. That's what you want to see in front of you, and then you want to see Phoenix, San Antonio. You want to see that team get bumped down, meaning Portland has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to see.
Here we go.
Oh. So that's exactly what we want to see. That Hawks Spurs swap right there. They've already done the swap with the rights. We are holding true so far. Okay.
That's what we want.
So we've got Spurs, Hawks already. Bulls, that's somebody getting pushed back. Weren't the Bulls at 11?
I believe they were.
No. That's right. That's correct. I've got it right here in front of me.
No! Yikes. It's Jover.
That was quick.
Yeah, well, at least it was a quick one, guys. The Mavs. The Nico Harrison.
Oh my God! The Mavericks moved up.
The Nico Harrison stimulus package has arrived. Oh my God.
Hey, at least the Raptors didn't win.
Dude, I swear to God, not New Orleans. Not San Antonio, bro. Again.
Oh no, there's no freaking way.
Dude, if San Antonio gets
You're
him,
kidding me.
If San Antonio gets him, man. Well, I guess ethical tanking wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Because
that
the
pick,
Spurs,
at
the
8.
Spurs tanked the F out of that, and they are now on the top 4.
Well, the Pelicans and Raptors didn't.
You know what? That's good.
And the
I'm sorry,
Sixers.
New Orleans.
Oh no, the Wizards got bumped, and the Sixers are top 4.
Oh my
Holy
God.
crap!
Wow.
Holy crap!
Wow, the Sixers, dude. Well, I guess ethical tanking was not all it was cracked up to be. All this
Jazz!
Crap.
Oh no, Jazz! The Charlotte Hornets!
Honestly,
oh my God!
Honestly, of these 4, I'm sorry, Cooper. I'm sending your ass to Charlotte, boy, son. I'm like.
Oh my God!
Of the 4, that is much. I would much rather have him end up in Charlotte than the Sixers, who were a complete joke, who failed miserably and now are getting rewarded. The Spurs, I will say there is a little bit of an ethical, because Wemby did get hurt. There was a thing with him, so I get that.
No.
But this is fucking bullshit.
If the Spurs get him, so help me God.
It's over. Okay, Dallas. I'm on board with Dallas.
I'm not. Nico Harrison does not deserve that.
I'm just going down it's a power ranking now though, Danny. Like between is it Spurs or Sixers or Hornets or Mavericks? I'm going to go with Hornets or Mavericks.
This is insane.
I will say Cooper Flag and LaMelo Ball could be Gen Z's new, they could be like the Alonzo Mourning, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues. They could revive the Hornets. I know that they're a complete mess, but
I just don't want to send Cooper Flag to play for the Hornets with LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges.
Yeah, I mean, Miles Bridges is a bad guy.
I mean,
there's no way around that one. But I mean, LaMelo's annoying. But if he can ever play, I mean, if he ever played more than 40 games a year, he'd be awesome.
Unbelievable. This is pretty bonkers. I'm not gonna lie. That the Mavs moved up. This is the first time in franchise history they moved into the top 4, and the Utah Jazz still have never had a number 1 overall pick.
I mean, the Mavs made the play-in. They were in the play-in. They played a play-in game and they moved up. So wait, if Portland had able to, this is crazy. Now we're flipping the ethical tanking back on here. If Portland had won 2 more, or what was it, 4 more games, they would have been in Dallas's spot.
They should have won more games.
Now they should have won more games.
I love how stupid these numbers are, man.
These numbers are so dumb. It's so if they had won more games, they would have had a better pick. But because they lost too many games, because the teams that lost even more than them, I mean, the Washington and Utah, they were the worst teams in the league. Again, falling out of the top 4. Detroit, it happened to them 2 years in a row. And now it just happened to Utah. I guess the lesson is do what the Pacers do and forget all this. You can't you can't count on this stuff, man.
Just if the Spurs, if they end up with another generational monster, I just
On rookie contracts. Ugh. It's going to be OKC versus the Spurs for the next 10 years at this point.
I just oh boy, yeah. I mean the things that can come out of this, like absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers, man.
I'm glad New Orleans didn't get bailed out again. Like
Yeah, they've had enough.
they've had two generational number one picks, and I'm good on them not getting it. The Wizards, honestly, I would have been down for the Wizards like a little bit more than the Spurs. That's for sure. Like enough, enough. Like
I love how the comments right now are just conflicted between we should have tanked more. This is it's like what do you mean? You have the Mavericks who are behind you got up. Like that's the whole thing. Stop pretending like this or that or the other matters. Like that's how dumb and just lotteries are. That's why you wait until the day and you see what happens.
yeah,
The Utah Jazz had the worst record in the NBA and fell back to 5.
yeah. The lottery
Should have tanked more.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean,
Give the Sixers the 4th pick, man.
yeah, dude. Please, 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 do not give the Sixers or the Spurs number one, please.
No, just
Honestly, I'm fine with the Nico redemption. Like Luka looked horrible in the playoffs. Maybe this is the arc he's on right now.
no.
I'm just saying. Let's see. It is kind of telling that they didn't send Nico to the draft because I mean, like, obviously, you don't want to make yourself the story at that point. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
My boy.
Hornets 4.
No effing way. Please.
Oh my God, it's gonna happen again.
Do not.
Oh no, 76ers 3.
It's gonna be.
Oh God, they got it again. They got it again. Oh my no, Mavs got it.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God. Oh,
well, I was right. They were shining down on Portland, just a guy from Portland, and not the franchise. Oh my God, Nico Harrison is so back. This is insane.
Oh my God. You're going to go from one generational talent to another.
Juan, what's like Cooper with Anthony Davis? Like
they had a 1.8% chance.
Wow. The 4th lowest chance to ever convert.
Oh my God.
So basically they had one half of the odds that the Blazers had. Because the Blazers were 3.7 and they were at 1.8. Well, man, I have to say, it is interesting that they were showing Patrick Ewing in the frozen envelope draft right as they undo the like losing NBA in Dallas. Because that was where they were at, bro. Like Dallas fans had completely checked out on the entire sport. And
I'm stunned.
They've re-engaged one of their biggest franchises, dude. Like this is, I mean, if you're the NBA, I feel like I hate to say this, they're probably pretty happy about this.
I mean,
because they don't just completely lose one of the biggest markets in the country.
This is Patrick Ewing all over again.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they showed the frozen envelope draft, which is the Patrick Ewing draft for those that don't know. Which is there's a whole conspiracy theory that the NBA had the frozen envelope so that they could get Patrick Ewing, a generational talent, to the Knicks. Now it feels like history is repeating itself with the NBA making nice on the Mavericks ownership, basically, losing their entire fan base. This is unbelievable.
Like I don't really believe in too many conspiracies, but by God, am I buying into one right now? Over here in a box, I've got one of my tinfoil hats for the bit Sprague and I used to do. I might have to dig it back out.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is one of those things that makes you think. Makes you think that this is an accident. It is not an accident, but sometimes this is how it goes in the NBA. So Portland has 11.
Who do you like at 11?
I don't know, man. It's the Asa Newell, Derek Queen.
I think Queen's going to go higher than that.
You think so?
I know some people who have Queen in the top 6.
I mean, Queen's numbers, man, are obviously he had a great moment in the tournament, but his numbers are extremely good, extremely enticing, and even before he got to Maryland, like his high school stuff is also extremely high. So this is, yeah, or they could move it.
So, The Athletic, John Hollinger's mock big board is out now.
Mm-hmm.
At 11 and 12, Trey Johnson and Ace Bailey.
I mean, if Ace falls that far,
I would not be surprised to see him fall that far based on what I've heard.
I mean, I feel like you got to kind of take it. Like,
I mean, you're taking whatever flyer, or you're trading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, if a guy that, it feels a little bit like the Cam Whitmore thing. Like, obviously, there was a lot of like Cam Whitmore fell. There was
for
a lot,
very good reason,
right? But
reasons,
right? But here's the thing. I want to give Ace Bailey a little bit of grace. He did go to Rutgers. They did pay him a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Dylan Harper they were playing with a bunch of AJ Sopranos.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you're not wrong.
That was not a real basketball team. And some of his high school numbers, which I went into today, make him look like an insane player. Like, and I have talked to some analytics people that say that there is more signal in high school, high level, like EYBL and AAU
mm-hmm.
than there is in college. And so obviously, those are smaller sample sizes,
mm-hmm.
and they're also, you have to kind of group them together, aggregate them to kind of figure it out. But, I mean, dude, if a guy of that talent, and also, here's the thing about Trey Johnson, like, he's a really good shot creator. This team could use some extra scoring. Obviously, they were not a good offensive team, but, like, he does seem like a guy that, like, needs the ball and needs to rock out. And, like, I don't know. I feel like there is a little bit more slasher potential with Ace. Yeah.
That's my Trey Johnson impersonation.
Yeah, like I think Ace has, and also like
Trey led college basketball and claps for 36.
Also, if he goes from being like a top 2 pick and falls all the way to 11, that can't not humble you.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like you're getting a dude that might have a chip on his shoulder, is trying to prove people wrong. Like that kind of now he might, who knows? Maybe some team takes him earlier than what we're talking about right now and makes all of this moot. But if there's a world where Ace falls that far, I almost feel like you kind of have to take a flyer on him, just based on the talent and the profile and what he's put down. Like obviously, I know the college stuff is taints him a little bit, but that's where I'm at with that versus him or Trey Johnson.
I'm still stunned that a 1.8% chance just won the lottery. Like that, this is such an insane thing. People are saying we got shafted, we got screwed. The whole league just got screwed. You had a 98.2% chance that this team doesn't get that guy.
Yeah, it was basically the draft version of like that Pacers Cavs game.
Yeah,
the 99% win probability, and then whoop right at the end. Like
my goodness,
bonkers, dude. Like completely bonkers. Like
I don't.
What does San Antonio do? Because they just traded for Fox.
I know.
They're not gonna take Dylan, are they?
I mean,
and they have Castle. I mean, and then if
Castle's expendable at that point.
Then
you're good. Look,
if you're
I don't. Portland's not going to go. No, he doesn't have enough offense. Look, I know he's got ties to Donovan, but you're asking that guy to be your lead guard. No.
I mean, you could double down on defense. And
Sure, you could be the worst shooting team in the league by orders of magnitude. You would make the Rockets look like the 2016 Warriors.
Defense travels. Defense is what you can build a foundation on, and they gotta. I think they gotta walk before they can run. You know what I mean? Like being good on one side of the ball, I think is like step one. And if they like, I wouldn't be against it. But like this Spurs thing now opens up because now that they got two, I feel like it opens them up to trade down. It opens them up to maybe trade Castle, who just won Rookie of the Year. That's nuts.
Look, they have. Everybody talks about the bevy of assets that Oklahoma City has. There's no team in better shape right now than the San Antonio Spurs because Victor Wembanyama is a force multiplying monster, as great as SGA is, and he's going to win the MVP and all that kind of stuff. The high end assets that the Spurs have can't really be matched when you're talking about team building going forward. They have something that nobody else has. They have the best defender maybe in the history of basketball and a guy that can bend the world around him. And now they have the number 2 overall pick in the draft.
I just had a really scary thought.
What, Giannis?
Yeah.
That's where I was going with this.
If they put 2 on the table, that's like a perfect fit. Like you've got Giannis just ramming the paint
and you keep Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just obviously your shot creation is going to come from Wemby and Giannis instead of your guards, but that's a pretty great place to get your shot creation from. I mean, Wemby can pull up for step back 3, anytime he wants.
The Dallas Mavericks trading a guy who could be a top 15 player of all time and going 3 months without him, only to have him be replaced by the best American-born white player since Larry Bird, is, to be blunt, fucking insane.
Yeah. Also the Mavs just what a crazy run of whites. Like obviously 2 Europeans, but like now,
Dirk, Luka, Cooper, yeah.
Dirk, Luka, Cooper, a cameo from Steve
Nash
too. Geez, dude, it's crazy, dude. And dude, yeah, and Dallas just got the number 1 pick in the W too. They got Paige Beckers in the WNBA. So it's Dallas is getting the stimulus, dude. They're getting the stimmy. It might be 2025, but the stimmy checks are still going out.
Adam Schefter, one NBA executive estimated privately in recent weeks that winning the draft lottery could be worth a minimum of $500 million and maybe up to $1 billion for one lucky franchise, which is very convenient because the economic losses for Luka Doncic were expected to be over $1 billion.
It's good to be the Mavericks ownership group.
I'm just I don't know, putting that out there.
Yeah, just it's good to be them today. They recouped all their losses.
Recouped.
Yeah, recouped. This is. Do you think this is going to get Dirk to like the franchise again? Because that was like a whole thing that like Dirk is like disengaged with the Mavericks now because of the Luka thing. Like, man. Honestly, I'm just really glad I'm really glad it wasn't San Antonio, bro. Yes, it's a joke that the Mavs get rewarded for doing the dumbest thing. But
I think Dylan Harper's going to be better than Fox. I almost wonder if you're like, well, I know you wanted to come here, De'Aaron.
That would be. Shoot, could you get Fox for pennies on the dollar for someone else? I feel like. Oh gosh, I'm just like racking my brain.
If you're the Spurs and you have the chance to keep the 6'6" Dylan Harper as your one, I'm just saying.
Dude, the Clippers could use a little juice. I don't know what they'd be able to give up, but I could see Fox on the Clippers tomorrow. Harden for Fox. Maybe I'm true, but Harden's, he had a good season, good run, but dude, now this puts like every team in play pretty much. Now that San Antonio has two, because they could keep it, they could trade it.
There's just so many machinations that are coming out of like this like the 1-2 of it all makes this so crazy. And as it pertains to the Blazers, obviously they aren't in the top four. So the Flags, Harpers, VJ Edgecombs, Con Knipples of the world. That's as it stands today. That would probably be the top four as I see it. I mean, we haven't even talked about the Philadelphia side of this. Philadelphia is at 3. They're very much looking at. I mean, they could go weird here in like, hey, you know, Paul George is kind of hanging on by a thread. Maybe we do go Ace Bailey, and that's the way Ace Bailey goes early. Rutgers is just down the road. I'm sure they probably had guys down there checking that out.
That would be so perfect. I would.
That's to me. That's the way that Ace Bailey goes 3. Is he goes to Philly? Like that's because
I mean, they do. They have guards.
They have McCain. They have Maxey. Like, do you really see them going VJ?
No, I don't. I mean, VJ can play off of those guys because he like isn't just a guy that
he gets it. No, he gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. He can rebound. He's a dog. Like, I mean, I think Edgecombe would be great in Philly, but and I think Con would be like that'd be so crazy if he went that high. But like,
I don't think that's that high because I think Con probably goes 4 or 5 pre-lottery. That's where I had him.
That's
a lot of people like him. A lot of people like him.
I mean, what's not to like? He's 6'7", he's huge, he's strong, he can dribble, he knows how to fit. I mean, the thing I loved about, while back when this was still a possibility, was like thinking about the thing I loved about both VJ and Khan is in different context is they can play in different contexts. Like VJ was a guy like the go-to guy at Baylor. He's also played for the Bahamian national team and was like a role player, but also was counted on to score, but was, slotted in with some veterans like Buddy Hield and DA and Eric Gordon and showed that he could play in that context. And Khan, great role player when Cooper was healthy, and then when Cooper was out, they ran the offense through him and they didn't really miss a beat. And Khan got better in the tournament when the stakes were higher. So like, but now that he's going to be playing for somebody else, sadly. So Portland at 11, man. This is
oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it happened again.
What?
Oh no. Ben Golliver, our guy. The Mavericks won the 2025 NBA Draft Lottery with the ping pong ball combination of 10, 14, 11, 7. The Blazers would have won if the last ball had been 6.
Cool,
it
man.
fucking happened again. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Oh my God.
You almost had it. The Blazers team motto. You were almost So the Blazers franchise motto. You almost had it.
Oh my God. It happened. It's the same thing happened to the Wemby draft. They were off by 1.
Yeah. Well, and if all goes planned, they won't have they probably won't have a pick next year.
Kevin Love just tweeted out. I mean, come on, man. I mean, nobody believes this shit right now. Nobody believes it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, everyone's like, this is insane. It's 2008 for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks bankrupted America, and now they're getting bailed out. It's effectively what's happening.
LeBron James has got to be sitting there going, "Greatest flag." This is one of the most the only other lottery that is more shocking to me was Derrick Rose going to the polls in 2008. They had like a 1.5% chance that the Chicago guy goes to Chicago.
It's crazy how these things are such coincidences that they work out in such a way.
in such
New
big
York
markets.
get Yeah, New York gets Patrick Ewing and Chicago gets Derrick Rose and Dallas gets Cooper Flag. Like you're talking about three of the five biggest markets. Wow. I mean, this is incredible, man. Like um I never want to hear Dallas fans complain ever again. Is all I'm gonna say. You guys had 20 years of Dirk. You fell into Luca because the Mavericks or the Hawks ownership group was enamored with Trey Young, so they decided to not take him.
The Kings.
Uh and the Suns
I can at least
with
excuse the Suns. Like Da
they had
was
Book.
thought of
Yeah.
it of a very as a very 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 good prospect.
And they had Book,
Yes,
which like
I get it. You get a 7 footer. Like Da was great in college, local guy. Like I can at least see the sell. They missed it, but I can, like Sacramento has no excuse, none,
no,
no excuse. And then
no.
the Hawks. So if you're the Blazers right now, the group of players that you're probably looking at, some version of Trey Johnson, although I think his range is very wide. I think he can go higher. I think some teams really like him. I think some teams are very, 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 very out on him. The same thing I think could be true of Ace Bailey. Trey Johnson, Ace Bailey, Kasparas Shakashianos, Yegor Demin, Noah Senge, I think could be there, but I know some people really like him. There are some teams that really like Colin Murray Boyles. I'm not
Oh,
one of those
I like
guys.
him.
I think they need a little more offensive juice, but I get it. This is the first day of measurements at the combine, and you had some guys probably do themselves some favors today. VJ Edgecombe came in at 6'4", barefoot. Ace Bailey came in at 6'7". Cooper Flag came in at 6'8". LeBaron Philon, who is a guy I know some people like, guard from Alabama, came in at 6'2" plus, barefoot. Everything I'm telling you guys is barefoot. Tahad Pettiford came in at 6 foot, which I think is a little bit smaller. Kalkbrenner came in at 7'1" plus. Trying to think who else. Maxime Renaud isn't a guy I've heard get a lot of kind of late push here as maybe being a late lottery guy. The big from Stanford, he came in at 7 foot plus, barefoot. Cedric Coward is a guy that I've heard really getting a lot of juice coming into the draft. He came in at 6'5", barefoot. If he goes back, he's probably going to go to Duke. Rasheer Fleming came in at 6'8", barefoot with a 7'5"
I was about to
wingspan.
ask about him because I was looking up some
Woo!
stats today and he rated out extremely high. He was in like the top 1 percentile of college players this year. Um, a guy that I'm intrigued by now, especially if they keep this pick. Like, another guy that I'd like to shout out that I'm also intrigued by, it could be a little early, but also it might not be, is Thomas Sorber
He
from
measured in
Georgetown.
6'9" plus, but with a pretty decent wingspan, but he's another big. Nick Clifford came in at 6'5" plus. That's one of my favorite like late lotto, early teens guys.
Yeah,
Colorado
I
State.
think Sorber could kind of be like a four-ish, like especially now that the league seems to be a little bit more comfortable playing two
Getting
bigs.
bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, like and his advanced numbers, like his catch-all stats, it was him and Cooper Flag were the only freshmen in the top 21. So like in Cerebro. So like uh I I'm into him. I'm into one of these I'm down to think more outside the box here in terms of where they're at because I think if you just go chalk, I don't know if it's
Look,
we'll,
here's the
we'll
thing. Picks one and two are going to be Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper unless something goes absolutely batshit crazy. 3 would have normally been VJ Edgecombe, but with Philly getting that pick and having Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain, do they go Ace Bailey because Paul George might be Tide Pod and be entirely washed?
I mean, shoot, even now that we're talking about this, like the Hornets, do they even want VJ? Because they've got Brandon Miller, who's basically plays shooting guard. and is much taller, better shooter. Like,
Do they get out of the LaMelo Ball business?
but then I mean, then who's running the show? I mean, VJ is kind of like he's a dog. He can dribble, but like he's more of a two.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying in general. Like, do you just kind of shuffle some things up and you're going forward with VJ and Miller and
Yeah, and you just kind of I mean, then LaMelo's on the market.
this is why I said May 12th is going to be the first spark point for everything because of how like the machinations that we're talking about right now. We're 20 minutes removed from the lottery. If you don't think these same conversations are happening right now between executives, you're out of your freaking mind because everybody's like, "Oh shit."
Well, no one knew where anyone was going. So like until you know the order, and then even then, like I mean, it does seem like the way we're talking about this, the way you're talking about how the Sixers may not take chalk, and then we talk about the Hornets and what reasons they may not have to take chalk, and then it's like, so are those going to be
Whoop.
trades? Are they going to trade those picks? Are they going to trade guys on their roster? I mean, it opens up so many doors now, and I mean, gosh, how happy is Anthony Davis right now?
Mm-mm-mm.
He upgraded. I'm sorry, shout out to my king, but like Anthony Davis's back half of his career has another life now that he gets to play with Cooper Flag.
I don't care.
He, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'm intrigued as a basketball fan. I'm trying not to get caught up in the despair right now of that I will feel as soon as we're done talking. And like going through my texts and start talking to people about how bummed they are about all this. Um, but yeah, man, what a bummer. And also for it to just like be right at the beginning.
Yeah, this is going to open up a lot of paths. Number one, Spurs, Rockets, Thunder appear to be in the catbird seat for Giannis.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell you right now, if the Thunder lose to the Nuggets in the playoffs in this round, Presti's making some phone calls.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting because it's a double-edged sword. Like it's Presti could make phone calls, but he also kind of has the job security to not make those phone calls.
You're not wrong.
You know
Because
what I mean?
because
Like,
once you go in, then the job security gets tighter.
yes, like if you give up a bunch of those assets, Chet, Jalen Williams, you give up all that stuff, and then now the clock is ticking. And obviously it seems like Presti has the kind of trust where like what happened with the Blazers when they knocked out Paul George and Westbrook, and then they broke the team up.
It started everything that we're on right now.
Yeah, it started all this. Like, it does seem like he has that trust to like go all in, and if they fail, he gets another chance because they believe in him, and he's also saved them the money that they ask him to save him. But dude, I mean, San Antonio does it again. The Mavs get away with it. The Sixers get away with it. The only team that was rewarded, well, for like being horrible and like not really trying to be good was the Hornets. Because like at least I guess you could twist yourself into saying that the Sixers tried at least to be good, even if they tanked the hell out of the season in once it became what it was. But this is like that Blazers team when Dame got the surgery getting the number one pick. Like this is unbelievable. Or getting the number three pick. When they got the seventh pick that became shaded. But yeah, luck not on the Blazers side in this lottery, and it is now 18 years since they've had the number one pick.
Been a hot minute. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. I know you got to get going. I'm going to start writing. I will have my first mock draft up and the big board making some pretty sizable changes now.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I'll have a Blazer banter up in the next couple of days for sure, reacting to this and what it all means and what it could mean for this offseason. Because I think, now it's a little bit clear what the options are and what the avenues are. So it should
Unreal.
be unreal, major bummer. The almost Blazers. They almost did it
Almost
again.
had Wemby and almost had Flag.
Almost had Wemby, almost
One
had a flag,
number.
almost had Michael Jordan. Um, the franchise destiny is inescapable. This is
Oh,
why they should have sent Greg. They needed to send Greg. Sorry, Tumani, it wasn't your fault. I'm just saying they should have sent Greg. That was always my take.
two look good on stage though. I'll give him
He
that.
did. He did look good. He
He
did
did
look
look
good.
good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. Share us with your friends. Share us with your family. I'll be back later this week with another show. Now that we know where the Blazers picking, I will be having all of the draft gurus come through over the next month. Workouts will get they're already underway. They will pick up precipitously after this week because workouts will be happening in Chicago. They will have all of the measurements should be loaded up here relatively soon, I think in the next day or so. Scrimmages will take place, interviews will take place, and then the agent set up, quote-unquote, scrimmages, where it's all scripted. It's like a pro day for NFL players, the same thing. It's all meant to make guys look good. Those will happen, and then the teams will come back home, and workouts will get underway, and I'm sure we will see an assortment of players coming through here because there's going to be, again, 1 and 2, I'm nearly certain which way it's going to go. Beyond that now, because of who's picking at 3 and 4 and where those teams are, it's going to get uprooted quite a bit. And I think really picks 3 through 9 can really be anyone. There is a huge group there now because of the draft order that's going to shake some things up. And I think this is going to be a really interesting draft. So, Gundy, go ahead and plug what you got, man.
Yeah, check out the Blazer Banner Substack, blazerbanner.substack.com. I write periodically there, at least a couple times a month. More like big picture stuff. Try to zoom out and kind of give a 30,000-foot view of what's going on with the team at any given time. So, kind of a columnist blog approach to what I do over there. So if you want to check that out, if you like to read, which not everyone does, but if you like to read, I'm there for you. So check me out, blazerbanner.substack.com, blazerbanner on X, and I'm also on Blue Sky, Eric Garcia Gundersen. So look, Eric G503, find me there.
All right, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Take care. Talk soon. Have a wonderful night. Try not to lose it. Talk soon.